Hi, this is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing. Today, we want to show you how to edit a contact in your contact database within Command. First thing over here, as you can see, we are logged into Command. On the left-hand side, your Contacts tab is going to be the second icon down from the top, the little person in a square. If you're not familiar with the icons, you can always click the red KW at the top, and it'll pop the names out for you. So we'll just click on the Contacts tab. You'll also hear this referred to as Contacts Database or Contacts tab. They used to also be called applets. So you may hear reference to a contacts applet. They're all one and the same. It's right here, and this is where you'll be able to view your database within your command. Over on the top right, you'll notice some options right here to either import or add a contact. Now, while today I'll be showing you how to edit a contact, I do want to point these out to you because if your contacts are not already in command, that'll be your very first step. If you need to add more than one contact at a time, you can click import. If you need to add one individually, you can always click add contact. If you need any help with imports at all, feel free to reach out to us, support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'll be happy to help you with that. We just need your file of contacts along with your command credentials, and we can get started reformatting and importing that for you right away. All right. And so as you can see here, we've already added some contacts into our command database. So to be able to edit them, it's one of two ways that you can do that. On the right-hand side where the three dots are, you can give those a click and choose edit from the drop-down menu, or you can just simply click on the name of the contact and it'll open up the contact profile for you. Here on the left-hand side, you can see the information that's been entered into the fields of this particular contact already. As you scroll down, you can see all the information. And over on the right-hand side, you see things like opportunities and smart plans, other things that apply to other tabs that are within your command that may be linked to this particular contact, like tasks, excuse me, and you can also create saved searches for your contacts. So all of this information is listed right here within the contact profile for you. And to make any edits, you would just click this pencil that shows up right here on the contact profile. When you click the pencil, a new window will populate and it'll show you all the different fields that you can fill out for this particular contact. You can see here that we actually have a relationship linked between this contact and another contact within our database. You can create more relationships. As we go down further through the information, I'll show you how to do that. You can actually link your contacts to each other. Maybe you have husband, wife, and child, or husband, wife, and their business partner, whoever they're investing with. They may have multiple relationships and you have them all within your command database. You can actually form these relationships on the contacts this way, so they're all linked together. You'll have an active hyperlink in each contact profile to toggle in between all the people that they have a relationship with. And if you ever want to print out mailing labels or send out direct mailers to your database, this is what allows you to send one piece of marketing to one household, even if you have multiple people having that same address as their mailing address on file. That way they'll only get one piece and you won't send, five postcards to all five members of the family in one house. Okay. So as you can see, this is already added here. But I can go ahead and click remove just to show you how to add that relationship. So we click add relationship. It depends on which relationship you want to choose. You can see there are multiple. And even if the particular relationship is not listed, you can always choose other at the bottom as well. In this case, we're going to choose spouse. And don't be alarmed if nothing populates when you put your cursor here to choose which contact they're related to. You can just begin typing, and that's when your contacts will populate. So we'll just choose Sally Sample from the list, and it's going to go ahead and add it. We'll just make sure to click the save button at the bottom since we are making changes. And if you have an additional relationship to add, again, I'll show you that here towards the bottom where those other additional fields are located. Towards the top of the contact, you'll notice this is more of the primary information like primary email, primary relationship, primary phone number, things of that matter. And so as we move down here, you'll notice the primary email is listed here, but maybe you just recently found out that email is actually not a work email. It is their personal or other. You can change that here. Same with the phone number. Maybe it's not their personal phone number, but it's actually a landline, and so you'd want to mark it home. Or maybe you know for sure that you can text it, so you want to indicate that to yourself, and you can mark it as mobile or cell. Different options there for you. And lead source type. Now, this is something basically you can define for yourself. So it can be where you received this contact from. You can choose from the list that's automatically here from lead sources, and you can choose anything from this drop down if that is what is applicable in this particular situation. But maybe you have this contact because they were introduced to you from another one of your contacts. In that case, you can select from contacts, and then the drop-down menu is going to be the contacts that are currently in your database. Again, don't be alarmed if it says no options. It's just waiting on you to start typing so it can pull that information. So in this case, let's say Sally is the one that introduced you to Joe Bob. And so we'll just choose Sally from the drop-down menu. And now that is our new lead source. That's how we know that we actually were introduced to Joe Bob. This affects your reports within Command. Over here on the left-hand side, you have a reports tab. It looks like a bar graph, and you can actually go in there and see what the primary source is that's feeding your business. So in this case, it would actually show you that you are starting to have a referral business, or word of mouth business, I guess would be a better way to say it, that you're growing your contacts database based on word of mouth from other people. As we scroll down, you'll see an option to mark them as a lead. This means you need to have that real estate conversation with them. So if they are a lead, you can mark that here or unmark it, whichever is more appropriate. In this case, I'll go ahead and mark him as a lead so I can show you what that will change out here once we save our changes today. As you scroll down, you can add tags. Now it shows us what tags are currently added, but if I wanted to add an additional one, I can just put my cursor there. It's going to open the drop down of all the different tags that you have. You can also begin typing just to see if there is a tag already with the name. And so I'm going to pick something completely outrageous that I know I don't have a tag for. We're just going to say zebra, just because that's something so out in left field. I know that we don't have a tag for that. So you can type that. Obviously, we don't have a tag for it. So you can create a custom tag right here within the contact profile. You can choose the color of the tag and adjust the name as you need to and hit add. It now has created that tag and applied it to this contact if you would like to do that. I'm going to go ahead and X that out just to show you as well that you can remove tags from the contact right here as you need to. We're going to click add more information, and this opens up additional fields. We'll click additional contact information first. Scroll up a little. And so here, preferred method of contact, you can choose that. Now you'll notice that this particular person has a do not contact checked. If you check do not contact, it doesn't do anything to the contact profile. It's just an indicator for you that they are on your do not contact list. We highly recommend adding a tag to them. If you do have someone in your database that's do not contact, add a tag, and that way you can filter them out if you need to. As well as we recommend grabbing the email, the primary email, and the primary phone number. Cut this from these fields and add it to the additional email and additional phone fields. And what this will prevent is from any automated marketing like smart plans or campaigns from actually accidentally reaching out to these people. If you ever go to add, let's say, home anniversary tag to a smart plan in your command, well, this person has that tag on there. This do not contact button will not prevent them from being added to that smart plan, and they may be reached out to in the form of a smart plan, just as an example. If you take that primary information out of these fields and add it to the additional fields down here at the bottom, then they cannot be contacted because there will not be a primary email or a primary phone for the system to automatically contact. But you also get to retain the data and don't lose that contact data just in case something may change in the future and this person will then give you permission to contact them again. Just a little pro tip. Here as well, if you do have an additional email or phone number you would like to add, you can do that here and add as many as you would need to by clicking on these links to add additional fields. As you come down, you'll notice the primary address is listed right here. I'm going to X this out so we can show you how to add that. You can again choose if it's home, work, rental, vacay, imported, or other. In this particular case, we'll choose work and we'll begin typing in a particular address. And you'll notice this pulls directly from Google and it populates the address for you, and you can choose it from the drop-down menu. If you do not see the address auto-populating, you can type it in. It will let you override the system and type it in directly, but it is better to go ahead and grab the Google populated one just so you know that it's a verified address. And down here, you'll also see same as mailing address. Go ahead and click that for sure if that is their mailing address, and that way it's taken care of for you, especially when you go to do things like mailing labels or any direct mail. You'll make sure that that's already clicked as mailing address and saves you a step. You can add additional addresses here. You can also add social profiles for your contacts here. Let's say you want to add Facebook or Twitter, Instagram. There's so many options here. As you can see, you can even add their website if you would like to, and you can go ahead and put that URL right here and add additional social profiles. This will help you target them when you're doing campaigns. However, even if you don't have their social profiles listed on their contact profile here within the database, if you are running campaigns and would like to target them, as long as their social profiles are set up with the same primary email address that you have on file for them in their contact, you can still target them, even if you don't have that profile set up right here. We'll click About, and this opens up again more fields. You can put their legal name here. This is what will show as their legal name on documents when you go to create an opportunity. Description, just an extra note field. If you need to add anything that you would prefer to add here about this particular contact, you can add it here. Birthday, home anniversary, and here's where you can add those additional relationships with the add more hyperlink right here if you wanted to do that and link them to other contacts within your command database. Down at the bottom, you'll notice work. So you can put the company name that they currently work for and even their job title if you would like to add that. Last little caret here is custom. We'll give that a click. These are custom fields that you can add to your contact database. Now, these are not already there. You can add these here within the contact, or you can go back into the back settings of your command, back into settings, and then command settings, and then to custom fields, trying to remember off the top of my head. You can go back there and actually create as many custom fields as you would like. We go into detail with our database overview class. Highly recommend checking that out. That goes into this in detail and definitely shows a lot more about the functionality and back office to your database. So you can check that out if you have time. That is on our YouTube channel as well. Or you can email us and we can send you the link to the most recent class. But these contact fields, these custom fields right here, they're not normally on the contact profile. You would have had to create them, but maybe there's something that you like to know about each one of your contacts with your database. Maybe there's a niche to your market and there's something that you like to know about each one of your clients to help you with that. You can add these custom fields right here. Now, notice that it says default over on the far right. That means we've set that custom field to be a default now on all of the contacts within our command. That means every single one will have the field where I can enter their area of interest, their kids' names, and even a price point for them onto their contact profile. This is a great way to personalize and customize your database for your business. I can even come down here and add a custom field directly from here that may not be a default, so it doesn't populate on every contact. It's something unique to just this particular person I want to add. It's going to show me a drop down of the different custom fields that I've already created on the back end of my command, and I can choose one of these, like maybe a favorite pie. I know this is a person that is local that would come to a pie giveaway if I had one. So I'm going to add the favorite pie to their contact profile, and then it's going to give me a drop down option, and I can choose one of the three pies will choose Pecan as their favorite, and now I have that piece of information saved to their contact profile. You again can set up these custom fields by going to the back end of your command. Definitely check out that database overview class. That is the end of the fields that are here for your contact profile to edit. So we'll click Save. It's asking me to rate my experience. Let's close that. Now, in theory, this would have automatically updated, and I can tell by the little L right here that it is a lead now, and so it did update. But just in case, it's always good to go up here and hit the refresh button on your browser, and that way you know all the changes you just saved are now applied to this contact, and you'll be able to see them in real time here. Just a little extra measure there to make sure you're seeing everything. Let me show you a couple of things that we just changed. So the little L in a green circle, if I hover over that, it says lead. That means that this is now a lead. We did change that with our changes, and you can also see right here, mark as a lead. I can make that change here as well if I want to. I can uncheck it or recheck it depending on what is appropriate for that person. You'll also be able to see the tags that are listed right here, along with the primary pieces of information. We didn't change those, so they look about the same. We did change lead source to be Sally. So now you can see that right here on their contact profile when you come in. And as we go down, you'll notice neighborhoods. Now, neighborhood was not something you could adjust with that edit pencil. You would adjust the neighborhood from right here on the contact profile. You'll notice that there is not a primary neighborhood listed. The primary neighborhood pulls from the primary address that's on file. Remember, we put a commercial address, so it's not in a quote unquote neighborhood. So there wasn't a primary neighborhood to pull, but I can always add a neighborhood to this contact profile. You can see here that neighborhoods have already been added. The ones in white that I can't X and I can't remove, that means that this particular contact actually selected those neighborhoods for themselves in my consumer mobile app, which they can do if they have their own login to that. Again, recommend checking out our consumer mobile app class, or you can email us and we'll send you the current link. But the ones that are in green that have the X, those are the ones that I've added from the agent perspective. I've added right here within their contact profile. And you'll notice they do have the X, so I can actually remove it if I need to. Let me show you how to add a new neighborhood. You would click Add New Neighborhood and Find on Map. Now there is a search for location box right here. Just know it pulls by street name. So if you know a major street or the street of their primary address, whatever it is that you would like to put in, you can begin typing that and it will start pulling up the addresses. And see, I started typing the street, and so it would pull it up. So I can click that. Our little pin is already located at that address because we had it on file as the address, right? As the primary address. So you can hold down the control key and begin zooming in. Everywhere that you see is a green box or a green shape, those are neighborhoods. If you hover over it, it'll show you the neighborhood name. Different ones here, and I can give that a click. You'll begin seeing it add the neighborhood name down here at the bottom and giving it a little purple check mark. So we're adding all of these neighborhoods to this particular contact, and you can even come down here and X one out if you need to, if you want to take one off. So we'll go ahead and click Save. You'll see it update here. You also see it update in the timeline on this contact, letting you know that they've subscribed to a couple of new neighborhoods. That's great. Again, you can always hit that refresh button on the top of your browser if you're not seeing everything that you just changed. And the neighborhoods are listed right here. You can even copy a link of this neighborhood or click preview and it'll open into another tab and show you the neighborhood updates for those particular neighborhoods. Now, I clicked on it when it was saying the Knolls at Sweetgrass, so that's the tab that opened. If I go back over here to the contact profile, notice I can click right and go to the next neighborhood and the next neighborhood. If there's a particular one that I know that this person is very interested in, like Old Colorado City, I can go ahead and hit copy link and go ahead and put that in an email or to a text to that person and say, hey, here's some neighborhood information on that neighborhood you were interested in. Would you like to see more? If so, I can set you up on a monthly neighborhood nurture or something like that with your smart plan so that you begin making constant contact with this person to help build that relationship and nurture your database. Just a little pro tip there. As you come on down, you'll see the additional contact information fields that we had, and you'll see the information like we changed our preferred contact method to text. We didn't have any additional contact information that we added, but our work address is here, same as our mailing address, legal name, social profiles if we had them. You will notice that right here, relationships, we did add that relationship to Sally as the spouse. And so we do have that hyperlink available. I could click right here and it'll immediately take me over to the Sally sample contact profile if I wanted to go there. So that's handy dandy. And all the other information, including our custom fields, are listed right down here at the bottom. That is how you would edit a contact. If you were to add a contact, let me go back to contacts out here. Again, to that add a contact on the top right-hand corner, if I click that, you will notice these are the exact same fields that we just saw on Joe Bob that we were able to edit. So they're just completely empty. And so you would add all that information as you go. Okay. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We do help you with troubleshooting your tech, but we also have a ton of free resources and support services that we offer you. And so highly recommend reaching out to us so that we can help you leverage your business even further. Thank you for watching.